Robo Wheels Battle Arena Earth is a short-lived animation which advertised an equally short-lived toy line. The story, what little there is, doesn't inspire much. There were Robo Wheels, a fusion of robot and vehicle, on the planet Positron. Then, the Negabots showed up, and Positron exploded, raining hyper energy down to Earth. Now the Robo Wheels must recover the fragments of hyper energy before the Negabots use it to conquer the universe. You don't get anything more than that, and it's shamelessly ripping off Transformers. Keeping in mind that I don't call something a ripoff lightly, there's nothing here for anyone who's ever enjoyed an actual Transformers property. It's that shallow. In general, even the minute details of the writing are pretty awful. The narrator comically calls Positron different than any place ever imagined by mankind. But it's just a huge bundle of Hot Wheels tracks where the cars are also robots. That's not particularly hard to imagine, buddy. It's been imagined several times, in fact, and it certainly doesn't qualify as alien since it's incredibly mired in earthly sensibilities. Almost nobody but the narrator gets any speaking lines, and the rest of the cast are on screen so very briefly that they may as well not even exist. We only really get a good look at them in the character bios at the end, and those character bios tell us nothing about them. Each file effectively states, "This is Ralph. He pilots the Screamin' Sploder, who screams and splodes the meanest Screamin' Splode you've ever seen. Watch out for his twin Bubsy Busters." Everything just reads like they're trying to sell these robots to investors, and less like they were trying to get kids interested in an actual show, which, to be fair, might have been the case. So many of the machines have bazookas and grenade launchers, and it's easy to get the impression the designers and writers had no idea what these weapons do or how they might be used in combat. Besides to make cool special effects happen, of course. The actual robot designs are extremely slick, but you see them so briefly and they're only on screen to flail their limbs and explode before they're never seen again. You have no chance to get attached to any of them. We never learn what hyper energy does, why we should care about the main character or his friends, or even what the core premise is. The idea seems to be that the Negabots descended to turn our earthly landmarks into deadly arenas, but we have no idea why they're doing that exactly. Robo Wheels is the most soullessly toyetic animation I've seen since Redikai. There's no creativity, no character, no storytelling, no substance of any kind. It's exactly the kind of meaningless, hyperactive marketing sludge that moms rightfully worry about feeding their children. It's so vapid it'll probably actively make you dumber. And for that reason, it's endlessly fascinating.